hills. Turn over every rock if you have to. I don't care.
There you are. You slippery snake. You'll catch your death out in this. The rain is warm. Did you sleep well? I hope the fire kept you warm. Did the servants provide you with anything to eat? We've got some pretty good... All right. I just want to make sure you feel at home. Yes. Yes, I confess. I was concerned that you slipped away. Your sense of self-sacrifice is noble, pretty one. But please, don't go back to him. If there was enough of a reason to fight, I doubt you'll be enough to make it stop. As striking as you are, one serpent won't change the scales of a conflict. Thank you. Do you like the garden? I see. I've often found myself coming here. Some casual gardening really helps calm me down. Whenever I've had a rough day with council, I like to unwind here. Yes, I do dirty my hands now and then. I planted those. Sometimes doing the work yourself makes it feel more... well, more personal. Yes. Where I originally came from, it was considered beneath us to take part in a task that was otherwise considered servant's work. I know Lamia in general look down on it. You had a plant back home. I never would have guessed. You kept it a secret. Say, would you like to help me move some flowers in a few days? I was planning on moving these to the front. Their colors are more inviting. That would be wonderful. They're beautiful, aren't they? Much like you, pretty one. Well, I am buttering you up. Is it working? I've been fascinated by you from the moment we met. Yes, I did threaten to eat you. You know I was just teasing, right? I wouldn't have actually eaten you. Yes, even if you weren't a Lamia. Maybe long ago I might have, but I've changed quite a bit since then. Sometimes you are so perplexing. A young Lamia noble, taking fate into her own hands, fleeing the unjust expectations of her family. You seem so fragile, yet radiate a strength and courage I've rarely seen before. You carry yourself with grace, even though you're frightened, dragging that poor tail of yours far across the world. You kept on going, not knowing what the next day brings. What does tomorrow bring? I believe that's up to you to decide, pretty one. I see a little of myself in you. I mentioned when we met that I too traveled far. I ran as well. But unlike you, I was the monster. I ran from my own shame. I was a pirate back then. It's largely how I made most of my wealth. I was known as FxF, the wingless dragon, on account of all the people I burned. You've heard of me. I'm so sorry. I'll understand if you... Well, I wanted you to know who you'd be mated with. I didn't want you to think you traded one monster for another. Yes, I have changed. Quite a lot. I've been trying to redeem myself. It's a long story. I may tell it, but later. Thank you for understanding. Keep my secrets. I did slither into that one, didn't I? My servants. What about them? Well, yes. I mean, they're hard workers. They deserve respect as much as anyone else. You're far kinder than I deserve. Yes, that was more than 200 years ago. I had hoped with enough time, the world would forget me. I hoped I would just slip into legend, that those I hurt would somehow forgive me. The gods know I will never forgive myself. Thank you. Your comfort is welcome. I'm surprised you know about the stories. Let me guess. Some old and dusty history scroll? Oh, you sound like quite the bookworm. We'll have to find you some reading material. That is, if you decide to stay. I know I said I wouldn't let you go, but I won't cage you. You're a rare serpent. Caging you would only destroy you. I'd never be able to forgive myself if I was the cause of that. Even after my past. I just want to protect you. What? You've decided. You'll stay. And the proposal? If you need more time, we could... Really? Well, it's up to you. Whenever you're ready. However, we do need to consider the situation. They are still being pursued. Whenever I'm ready? Well, I know someone, a friend of mine. She happens to be a priestess of Tyr. She has full authority to perform the rites of marriage. All right. Sharpier! Yes, indeed. My guest has made her choice. Send for many other priestess. And Sharpier. Time is of importance. Send your swiftest messenger. What was that? Pretty one. What problem would that be? Your name. That's... Your Highness. Yes, I knew you were a royal, but in all honesty, I didn't expect to have someone that close in line to the high throne in my garden. That would explain why they'd chase you this far. It'll make sense now. But wouldn't marriage to me ruin your position? You don't care for the throne. No. No, this changes nothing. At least not for me. If I'd have known, I would have tidied up. Thank you for your trust in me. Whew. I believe we've been outside a little longer than we should have been. Yes, come, let's warm our tails in the great hall.